Hello students, welcome to my channel Maths with Pannu. Today I will teach you the section formula for internal division. How we can calculate it. So let's start. Suppose we have a line in this form and we can name it as A and B. And the point is A, we can take like x1 and y1, and the point B, we can take x2 and y2. And this is your point of internal division. This point can be seen as P. We take P as our point of internal division, and we can take here the ratio. We can say that M ratio N means the point P. Divide this line internally in this ratio. Then now it is the question how we can find this point. So to find this point we have a formula like suppose we multiply m by x2. Okay, we can write here m x2 plus n x1, and we can write in the denominator as m plus n. Okay, and for the point of y we can write here m y2. Okay, and plus n y1 n y1, and we can write here m plus n. Okay, so this is our internal formula of division. And if you have to divide in this ratio in the external division, then you can write the same formula but of the opposite sign. Means we can write here the sign of minus if this point internally divide the line. Then you can write down the same formula. Okay, now to understand this formula we can take an example. Like suppose that we have a point A, that is 3 and 4, and we can take B like 5 and 6, and we have to find the point PXY, and we are given the ratio as 3:5. Okay, now you can see here the point is when we compare this point with x1 y1 and the second point with x2 y2, and this point is of m and n, then only we identify the values and put all these values in our formula. Okay, now we have to write the x, and the value of m is 3. So first of all you can write here the value of m is 3, and the value of x2 is 5. Okay, and the value of n is 5, and the value of x1 is 3, and we can write here 3 plus 5. Okay, now for the value of y we can multiply 3 by 6 and plus 5 by 4, and we can add 3 plus 5 in the denominator, and if we are given the internal division. Okay, so how we can solve it? 3 5s are 15. You can see here also we get 15 on the second term, and in the denominator you get 8, and on the right hand side you get 18 plus 20 upon 8. So in this way you get the answer 38 upon 8, and in the first place you get 30 by 8. So students, this is your point of division, and you can write in the n like 30 by 8 and 38 upon 8. Okay, now I repeat my step. You can cross multiply, when we are doing the cross multiplying, then we have this step in our mind that we multiply 3 by 5 and 5 by 3 in this way. And in the second term you can multiply 3 by 6 and 5 by 4, and the denominator you have 3 plus 5 on the both sides, and you can find your point of division. Okay, now we have to move on our next question, that is of, if we are given the point of contact, then how we can find the value of ratio. Okay, for example, if we are given a line in this way, suppose you have the point like 3 comma 4 and 2 comma 1, and we are given the point also like 8 and 6, then how we can find this ratio. Okay, and in this case we have to write down it as k ratio 1. You can name any of the name, you can give the points, and we have to apply the same formula. Then in the place of x you can write 8 and multiply m by x2, k multiply 2, then you get 2k, and 1 multiply 3, then you get 3, and in the denominator you can find k plus 1. Okay, now multiply k with 1 and k with 1, and multiply 1 with 4. Okay, and in the denominator you can also write k plus 1, and the point of y is 6. Remember your formula, we have to write here the values of x and y. Okay, and the value of m is k, the value of n is 1. We multiply m by x2 and multiply 1 by 3, means n by x1. After that you can multiply m by y2 and n by y1, and in the denominator you can write m plus n. Now you have to cross multiply of this point, and you can multiply it like 8k plus 8, and you get 2k plus 3. You can solve the any type of digits, and you can multiply 8k minus you can subtract the terms of k, and you can separate the variables and constant different, and you get 6k minus 5. So in this way you get the value of k, that is minus 5 upon 6. You have to solve one of the fractions. Okay, now you have to put the value of k uh, in this way, because you have to find the ratio. Okay, and to find the ratio k ratio 1, we have to write in this form minus 5 by 6 ratio 1, and in this way you get minus 5 ratio 6. Okay, so this is our ratio m ratio n. Okay, now I repeat my process, that if we have to find the ratio, you can take any of the example, but I take as 3 4 for example, and b as 2 1, and the point of division is 8 6, and we have not write here m ratio n, we have to write here k ratio 1. Okay, now you have to apply the formula, and we write here again as we have done in the earlier questions. So by cross multiply and by separating your variables and constants, you get the value of k, and in this way you can get your ratio as k ratio 1, means this is our ratio, and we can say this as m ratio n. So students, these are two questions of section formula, and we will discuss its next types in my next videos. Thank you so much.